It's addicting to be getting tons of engagement and likes and being hyped up and shares and all these things. But when you know, like, especially when there are people who've been rooting for you since the beginning, that's what matters.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to keep you going.
Right. Welcome to Leaf Notes, the podcast that helps your business take root and grow. I'm Adrienne Marshall, seasoned business owner and speaker.
And I'm Sydney Mafuka, artist, illustrator, and small business owner.
Join us each week as we take you on a journey through the ups and downs of entrepreneurship. We'll dive into everything from social media strategy to protecting your business.
We'll even answer your burning questions such as, do I need a business plan? Should I form an LLC? Where should I promote my business? And so much more.
Together with our guests, we'll break down these topics into actionable steps, helping you build the business of your dreams.
So whether you're just starting or you're looking to scale, we got you covered.
So go grab your notebooks, your favorite beverage, and cozy up to receive practical insights and inspiration here on Leaf Notes. Let's go make your business dreams a reality. How are you doing? How's your night? Let's talk about it. What's been going on?
Yeah, I've been really good. I've been journaling a lot. Yeah, so that's been really good because, like, since my feelings do fluctuate a lot, it's really good for me to, like, reflect in there. And, like, I remember, I think I told you this on Monday when I went to the gym and it was kind of cut shorter than I expected.
Yeah.
I knew I should have asked, like, hey, how long are we planning on being there? But I just thought it was like the general time frame was like the same as it always was. And so I wrote in my journal, I was like, all the positives that came out from that gym session to focus on that instead of that one negative that I had to, leave. And I found like 6 positives for one negative.
Isn't that great?
Yeah. And it was really interesting that I had a tendency to focus on like the negatives. You know what I mean?
Do you know, there's a study on that.
Yeah, but it's kind of still annoying.
I know it's annoying. Yeah.
It is. Like, it's not easy to just, it takes effort to be positive.
That's the thing. So we are, if there's one negative, what did they say? I think I've heard a couple of different studies. I'll have to research it. Something along the lines of it takes 11 positives to overcome the emotion of one negative. Something along those lines.
Well,
right?
Yeah, I think journaling about it helps. I think also, like, it helps me keep track of like my wants, because I feel like back in our purpose thing, if I were to have been like really journaling consistently at that time, I would know exactly like what I actually want, and not like, when when you're having a conversation with someone about something that you care about, but you're drawing a blank because you didn't really write anything down. Has that ever happened to you? So it's like that. Like, I feel like I realized, there's just a lot of things I've learned about myself from like journaling. So that's kind of my update. And also, after our women's conference, I know I'm talking a lot.
No, you go.
After our women's conference, for you guys who don't know, well, you probably don't know, but you guys, we went to a conference. Well, Mom dragged me and Jason to it, but it ended up being a blessing, which is why I always think that a lot of things happen for a reason. And I will say, I was feeling real negative for the first like half of it because I was really hungry. But once I ate, I was really able to take in like the positivity and stuff. But it really inspired me to consider how I can provide more purpose with like my business too. You know what I mean? Because I always say, like, every successful business solves like a problem.
Right.
And with art, it always felt like a little bit hard. Because it's like, art tells a story, maybe, but I'm not sure if it solves a problem with people, like, like medical art, right? That solves the problem of people not being able to understand just with words and needing to be a visual learner, like graphs and stuff like that. But like, I don't do that. So I had to think, like, how can I provide a little bit more purpose? And so when I posted a reel yesterday, someone actually was like, hey, can you like make a tutorial? So I was like, maybe I could, like, we were a couple months ago, I was telling Mom about how I wanted to like start a course actually, or of some sort. Like, it could just be on YouTube, because I always wanted to start a YouTube channel. But Yeah, that just kind of made
Wow.
me feel like, okay, like maybe that's the little push I needed, because if one person's saying it, then I think other
Oh,
people might be thinking it, you
exactly.
know?
It just so it's like a course on drawing or yeah,
Yeah, like Procreate, since I
right.
use that,
Oh,
you
that's
know?
awesome.
Yeah, so I was thinking of doing like a YouTube one, so there's like no
Mm-hmm.
pressure, because I think
Mm-hmm.
when like people paying money gets
Mm-hmm.
involved, it adds a little bit of
Yeah.
pressure to it.
Right.
And for me to feel like I have to know everything.
Right.
But I think just sharing what I know, like on YouTube, and sharing,
Mm-hmm.
posting it, I think that would be like
It's
a good way
great.
to start.
Oh, also, you guys, if you're hearing tip tip tapping in the background, our contractor is here fixing our baseboards. Long overdue because our sweet little bunny, we had to bring him on one day as a guest, a special guest.
He's so
He's so
social.
sweet.
He's
And he's
amazing.
social. He would love you guys. But he has an affinity for baseboards. He loves it. He loves it. It's his weakness. So we're getting it fixed. So you may hear it in the background. But that's awesome. And what I was thinking too, we love Ali Abdal, I think so. I would say shout out to Ali. We'll have you on the podcast. You should have us on yours. He began the same way, where he was offering lots of information on his channel. And then he monetizes more on what's the platform where you can create
Skillshare.
on Skillshare. So that could be a way to kind of ease into that. Just keeping that top of mind.
Yeah, or even just like, I think like starting out with that, and allowing myself to learn and see how good I am at like teaching, and then maybe doing like mentoring.
Yeah.
So
So
I
many
take on just a
things.
few students who maybe are in different stages of their art career, and maybe need help
Right.
with different stuff or critiques or whatever. And I
Yeah.
think that would be really cool. But yeah.
That's cool. Let's
Yeah.
talk. I'm gonna ask a question to you. I'm so curious. Did anything ever happen with you and Tahara? Have y'all touched base?
No, we need to. I need to.
Oh, you haven't reached out yet? Oh, are you scared on the inside?
I think so, but also I think it's like I think I just want to do it. Like one of my things is like I just want to just do it, and then be like, hey, I raised this money, let me just donate it. I don't
Oh, I
understand
see.
why.
Okay.
Like I think, yeah, I think that's just what I want
Yeah.
to do, because like there is part of me like, oh, what if like none of those pieces
Yeah.
sell? You know what I mean?
Right,
So I'd rather
right.
I think I just
That's
want to
fine.
like,
Yeah, you don't really need her. It's just that if you need to know who you can donate to, she is someone who you can.
yeah.
But there's plenty of other organizations.
Yeah, what I think is like I'll just do the pieces, and then I'll just like say that a proceed is being donated to domestic violence.
Yeah.
And then like when I actually donate the money,
Mhm.
then I'll just like screenshot or share who I
Yeah.
donated
I
the
think that's
money
perfectly
to.
fine. That's great.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. And you plan to do that this month?
Yeah, it's Women's History Month.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yay for women. Yay for our history.
Yay
It is rich. So do you want to switch gears and talk a little bit about our conversation with Justice, which should have gone live before this goes live? Do you want to talk about it a little bit?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Talk about it.
What thoughts did you have? What takeaways?
Oh my goodness, it's so
He's
funny.
so great.
Yeah, I should have taken notes, but I had a lot of thoughts in the shower, because at first I was very like, I think I've been very like prideful, especially because like I'm doing this all like out of pocket with like no funding or anything like that, you know. And I've done really well with marketing my art in the past. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't need ads. But I think our conversation proved that ads could be really beneficial. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So you're curious about it?
I'm a little curious about it.
So what I will say is, so I think we have a couple of options. My girlfriend Michaela, when I was talking to her a little bit about the approach, because we work with Justice and work with another agency as well, and when I was sharing some of the strategies that this other agency was showing us, because it's a little bit different than Justice's approach, and there's lots of different approaches, but it was similar to this new agency's approach. She mentioned that she didn't want to invest in a marketer at that time, and so they offered the agency that she reached out to offered her a course that was a fraction of the cost, and the material, and it was a really great course. And she says that it covered like exactly what this new agency that we're working with showed her. So all that to say is that I can see if she'll give us access to the course, or if the course is a reasonable cost and we can just do it. And then maybe we can maybe you can kind of walk through that and kind of share your experiences along the way. Would you enjoy that?
I think that would be really nice too, because then I could just like take things and use them myself
Yeah.
and see how it goes.
Right.
Yeah.
And that may be better. I know we were also talking about Justice walking you through some things. So if you would rather that, so do you want to try both, or which would be best for you?
I don't know. I don't know, because I'm just starting to think about that. So
what I'll
don't
do,
know what I want.
Okay, so we'll start out with the course that Michaela has, because it's kind of low entry. You can kind of go through it at your own pace. You can share with our viewers too as you go through it, things that you learned. And then if you have questions, you can ask Justice.
That's perfect. Cool. Yeah.
Okay.
And then maybe like, I know that I'm sure that Justice did like a consultation or something. So maybe after the course, if I'm still, maybe if I have questions, or if I want some guidance, I think he would give guidance of like, okay, I would imagine that since most of my following is on like Instagram and TikTok, that my ads should be on Instagram and TikTok since it performs the best, I think. It'll still be cool to see like what ideas he may have for like the style of ads or whatever. The good thing is I see a lot of art ads anyway, because I'm an artist. So I kind of have
your thoughts,
a little bit of an idea of what I would want it to be like. But I also know that I'm a perfectionist, and I feel like I would want to do like a little ad video, like kind of like the one I showed you where the person was talking about like the origin of their business, but it kind of made you like fall in love with like, you know what I mean? Like, it's because people fall in love with a story, period. And so like, I feel like that would be something I would want to do, but I know that would take a lot of effort.
Cool. That's good stuff. Okay. Yep. So I'll get in touch with Michaela and get that information to you, and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
That's awesome. My experience with ads, if I can share a little bit before, and we'll kind of wrap this up, then we can show, your experience and stuff in the next few clips. But my experience with ads has been a roller coaster. I will tell you and give you a little synopsis. So at first I was trying to do them myself on Instagram, and little boost here or there for like $10 to $15, and nothing happened at all. And at that time, I think I was still working at MailChimp, and one of my fellow project managers introduced me to Stephanie, that I worked with later down the road. So I couldn't afford Stephanie at first because I was broke, but she was great, and she gave me like tips. And first tip was stop with the boosting of posts, and especially like it's for. She did say stop with boosting a post, but don't boost it for like $10 or whatever, $15. That's not really gonna make much traction at the time. Things have definitely changed. So she told me to save my pennies until I could reach like $100, and then even if I could only do it for like a day or two, do that, and it made a larger impact, and that worked. So as a result of her kindness, just giving me that information for free, when I could finally afford a marketer, I reached out to her. And she managed my ads probably for like a couple of years, and they were super successful. And all we really did was take posts that were doing well on Instagram and just repurpose and really just use them for ads. I didn't change anything at all. We just use them for ads.
Would you just use your top performing posts? Like the ones that got the most engagement from
that was it
anyway.
They were like, hey, we think this will do well, blah, blah, blah. And it would do great. And that worked for a while, until Facebook changed their algorithm and iOS changed their privacy policy. So Facebook changed their algorithm all because of privacy, right? So on the iOS side, people now have to opt in to viewing ads, and who would do it. And on the Facebook side, it was a lot harder to kind of track who was viewing ads and engaging with ads. And all those changes are completely legitimate, but they made it a lot more difficult for us who are creating ads to know who's really viewing our ads and to reach the right people. So because of that, when we just kept doing the same, like reposting, retargeting people, those ads no longer worked. And it was like a little bit out of Stephanie's wheelhouse. So that's when we reached out to Justice. He was ironically enough, Stephanie had introduced me to Justice for Google ads because she didn't have much experience there, and he was doing a really great job. So I just asked him, to take over the Facebook ads as well after a little bit of a break. Just asked him to take over that, and he's been amazing. Ads definitely are still not performing as well as they did. I wasn't spending anything. I would say back in those days, and that's including my ad management fee, I was spending maybe $2,000 to $3,000 a month, like nothing. Versus now, I spend like at least $10,000 a month. At least, and they still don't perform as well.
That's like a bargain then.
Yeah, so we were making a lot more money off. I'll say our ROAS, and that's your return on ad spend. Our ROAS back in the day working with Stephanie was like 4 to 5, which means that for every dollar you spend, you're making 4 or 5 back.
That's really good.
Versus now, like for every dollar I spend, I'm making like maybe $2 back. And that's not necessarily including my ad spend. Like I'll say, if you include, that's not include my ad management fee. If you include that, it's even lower.
Well, then that poses the question, are ads worth it?
There you go. And it gets to be really tricky. Now, what me and Justice did the other day, I need to revisit it, is that we actually, since we started working with this other agency, we had an agency to kind of come in and audit our ads, see what we could do differently, kind of change our strategy. And he put together this nice little sheet, which I can probably share with you guys, that kind of shows the ROAS that we need to hit in order to be truly profitable, because it's so difficult to figure out, is our ads really worth it? Because it may look like you're making money, but then when you back down all the costs, are you really? And that actually kept me up a little bit last night thinking about it. Like, are you really? Are you really? Is it really worth it? And then when you think about, so like, I can argue, because right now we're spending $20,000 a month, right? Because we increase our ad spend over the 10, and but the ROAS is the same. So at the end of the day, the profit margin is the same. But I'm thinking about the increase in like my customer service costs at that point, because I'm getting more. So like for the labor for making the products, all of that is the same, whether it's 1 bottle or 2 bottles or whatever. It doesn't really matter because the breakdown is the same. But my customer service cost has increased, right? Because there are more people who are purchasing. So there are more returns, there are more questions, all of that. So when you add in things like customer service costs, other type of costs like that, maybe rush order costs for me to get materials, because now we have more orders than before. When you think about all those other costs, is it really worth it when your margin is so slim?
Yeah, and the reason why I'm asking is because I have artist friends who have done it all organically and didn't ever use ads, and have just, instead of using ads, maximize their time to, number one, make YouTube videos. So now they're making money off of Google AdSense.
Exactly.
Number two, post consistently both on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, and YouTube Shorts.
Yeah.
And they're able to sustain themselves full time and promote. Not only does their shop get traction, right, but then they also have these to get brand deals. They get other streams. They're really maximizing their streams of income without, the only thing that they're putting in is like their time. Yeah. And I mean, I think ads are super cool. I just think it's even cooler when it's guaranteed, So, and it's hard, right? Like what Jessica said, like,
yes.
Yeah,
exactly. So I think like where we were and where your friends are, that's the ideal space. So where we were is that our organic traffic was great, right? And then our ads were, so we weren't running many targeting ads, like getting new people. We were retargeting people who are already interested in the brand. So those ads are a lot cheaper. And they were super effective because people are already interested. But because of those data privacy changes, things became a lot more trickier to do those type of ads. And so now ads are more expensive and they're not as effective. So I completely agree. Like on the Amazon side, I'll share both of these spreadsheets with you guys this week. On the Amazon side, I think we saw that for an organic sale and organic conversion, we make $11 more than we do for a sale that has an ad spend to it. So it's definitely worth it more if you can get the sale organically. But then if you can't, it's like a certain point you have to compromise, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what gets to be super tricky. So yeah, I have a couple of spreadsheets, and what Justice did is we together put together the one for Amazon, and then he used that as a model for the one for Facebook and Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll share both of those so you can kind of plug in the numbers and see, okay, like exactly what does a ROAS need to be for me to really be making money, and then you can kind of tweak it to say, okay, well, although I'm breaking even at like a 2.6 ROAS, for me to make the profit that I want to make, that's like worth my time and investment, I want to be at a 3 ROAS, which is hard to get these days. So you can just have those conversations within yourself. I mean, yeah.
I wonder, have you tried like YouTube ads?
Yeah, we're running YouTube
Okay.
ads
So that
also.
too. Okay.
So I think Justice focused mostly on Facebook when we were talking,
Mm-hmm.
but we are running those. It's called PMAX ads, which is basically covers the Google suite from search to shopping to YouTube. I think they have something else too, but yeah, it covers all those things. And I think our YouTube ads are doing pretty well.
I would imagine because like,
and
I mean, I have premium, so but
well, also what's great about so now, shout out to Demara, my brand ambassador manager, because she posts regularly on our YouTube page. We now have over 500 followers.
Very good.
So we can monetize.
Yes,
Bingo.
ma'am.
Snaps.
We love to see it.
Right?
It's amazing.
So why don't you talk to me? You can educate me, sis, because I don't know what to do. So now we have followers. Yay, we can monetize. Yay, what
So
does that
you
mean?
need a certain amount of watch hours. I think it's like 500 followers, and I'm not sure how many.
And it's a combination.
Yes,
got it.
Combination of both. Once you hit that, I think you'll get a notification saying, "Woo,
got
you
it.
Get monetized."
Okay.
And I think you'll like. Do you get the YouTube Studio app? I'm pretty sure you may have it because that's how you sort of like either you post your videos online on desktop, or you can have, which is also YouTube Studio, and that will like show your you can also look at your analytics that way. So if people are watching your videos, you can see where they're falling off, all those things, the amount of hours people have spent, all of the things.
Cool.
And from there,
perfect.
Yeah, but
yeah. So my action items. I love action items. Shout out to all my Virgos. So my action items are to reach out to Michaela for you. I'm going to show you guys my spreadsheets for Facebook and Amazon. And it's great. I need to revisit those anyways and make sure, because Justice is so smart with the numbers. Even though I'm a math minor, he's a whiz when it comes to all the numbers. So I need to revisit those anyways. And then I will show you guys how I go into YouTube Studio and see all the stuff that I see to try to figure out how many watch hours we have, how far we have to go, so we can start to monetize there, because that's going to be amazing.
And I'm hoping, like, speaking of monetization, so I'm part of Instagram's little bonus program, their New Year's bonus program. So that at least, I mean,
what is that about?
So that is like where they basically, you have a month, right? And you're posting videos and you can make money on those videos depending on like how much views they get, and stuff like that, and engagement and reach and all those things. Only thing is that I feel like Instagram is stingy. I feel like because but maybe I'm also like, it's only the beginning of the month, so obviously I'm just being a little bit like, I'm like mine has like a goal of like, okay, you need to reach $25 before you can actually like make money, right? Okay. And I haven't even reached the $25 yet. So I'm just like, man, what? I'm like checking and being like, okay, did I reach it? But I also feel like my engagement went down, which could also be because I wasn't active for like the month of January.
The time, blah blah blah.
Blah 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 blah.
Right.
So like, there's so many factors that can go into it, but between Instagram's monetization program and also TikTok has their own monetization program, I do feel like there are still ways for you to bring traction to your shop or to your business. Yep. While also making money versus spending money.
Yeah, exactly.
And I know this is, but I also think that there is a type of person or type of business that would greatly benefit from having ads. And I do think sometimes I do think it's a business that is maybe a little more developed than me, that is maybe more like kind of like where you are at, right?
Mhm.
I could imagine like a bike company trying to like reach all the fitness people.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? But
It's
when
just
it's like,
different.
it's just different because when I think about, wow, $10,000 a month.
That didn't start out that way at all. Like,
Yeah.
again, like with Stephanie, I started out and it was hard when I gave her that first $1,000. Let's start out with $1,000, right? Or I think it was even $500, you know? So it started out small, but ads worked so well that 500, think about it, that $500 was making me like $2,000.
Yeah. That's
So
like
then I had the money, you know, so it's like, okay, after a couple months, let's do $1,000. And that $1,000 making me $4,000.
Yeah.
So now let's do and that $1,500 was making me $6,000.
Yeah.
So at that point, it seems like we're just literally raking in the dough.
Yeah.
And that's not the case anymore.
And I wish it was, because that sounds that right there, it's inspiring.
That was great.
If I could do an ad that like promoted my art, right, to get people to go to my website, got in front of the right people, and got me more like commission work, like that would totally be
worth
it, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, again, I'm lucky enough to be able to have a good amount of commission work organically just from like having a really cool and amazing following.
Yeah, you do.
I do, like, so supportive. Like, I don't know. I wrote about them in my journal.
Yeah, I was like, they are so great.
Like, always showing up for me. That's just so.
So let's get the course for you because you have a great following, and your engagement is still good.
It's like, let's take a moment to talk about this.
Go ahead.
So I for a while was like really, really pressed on like my engagement because I mean, you go from getting like thousands of likes or whatever on your videos easily to like getting a couple hundred or even hoping to push 100, right? And I've kind of come to the realization that it doesn't matter really. Like I mean, the great thing about social media is being able to, number one, connect with your community and nourish that community and like let them know I'm still here and look what I'm creating and I want to know your thoughts.
Right.
And also to reach new people.
Yeah.
The only reason to have a good a large amount of likes and for that to matter is that those are new people that haven't discovered you before. So like I posted a reel yesterday and it didn't like get 1,000 likes or anything like that, but it got like so many comments of people being like, I love this. And it was just a sketch. Like I just spontaneously was like, I'm proud of this sketch. Yeah. I'm gonna show it. Yeah. And it made me realize and put into perspective that I am just happy to have people that support me and that are rooting for me. Yeah. And that's what keeps me going. Yeah. I mean, you know, so I mean, I hope that can be inspiration to anybody who is maybe also at a plateau or feeling discouraged, because that's a normal feeling. It's addicting to be getting tons of engagement and likes and being hyped up and shares and all these things. But when you know, like, especially when there are people who've been rooting for you since the beginning over there and you're just like, you're still fire. Right. Like, that's what matters. Yeah. And that's what's going to keep you going. Right. I remember there was this reel I saw and it was like every successful woman entrepreneur just needs a supported people around them, period. That's, you know, I think that's what really matters the most. Sure. Also, it's true that there are people who have 10,000 followers and have like $1 million businesses. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't, follower count doesn't equal success. So I think again, like, no, that's an excellent point. Shout out to Eddie. Shout out to Eddie. Get it, Eddie.
Yeah. But what I was saying too, though, because I know your engagement isn't where it was before. We know, I'm glad you come to piece of that as well. But your engagement compared to a lot of other businesses, even my own, I think right now, even though yours is dipped off, is probably the same or, you know, so you can take advantage of that when it comes to ads, you know, as well. So I am excited to see you experiment with like just different forms of digital monetization. Yeah. And just see which one works best for your business. Yeah, you know?
For sure. And I feel like ads are something that can work in your sleep. You know what I mean? Right. I think the only thing about ads is that I'm a little bit nervous, obviously, because I don't want to
lose money.
Well, lose money.
Yeah.
I also don't want to bother people.
Wait. Oh, I got you.
You know what I mean? Like my following, when you were saying like, and I'm not sure if it's the same with like, I think it is because I see your EcoSlate ads. I still like them though.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? Yes, orange marmalade.
Right.
But
you don't want to be intrusive.
I don't want to be intrusive.
Yeah.
Like I don't want like I'm already just grateful for people being here. But then I also feel like it's a balance because is it a fear of being seen or perceived? And I think at the end of the day, like this is good. I think I'm a prideful person and I need to just try new things. So this will be really interesting.
And you can turn it off. And believe me, when you stop spending the money, Facebook turns it off or Instagram turns it off. So you can trust and believe that if you see that this is not working for me, if you sense any negative feedback from your followers or just doesn't feel good, you can turn it off. Plus, you can target new people and not target your existing.
Yeah, which I think is something I would.
Yeah.
Like, are you able to? And maybe this is in the course.
Yeah.
So maybe I should like not be asking.
And I am not an expert, but you can go ahead and try.
Like based on hashtags, right?
Oh,
Are you able? I was gonna say, are you able to track that? But I'm excited to see what the course does because what the course says because I feel like the course will be the determining factor if I like go through with it. But I think it's important to try new things.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited. Okay, cool. So I'll reach out to Michaela. I'll share with you guys what I know as far as tracking how your ads are performing and if it's really worth the investment. And then I am so curious to check into my YouTube studio and just see what's up, see where we're at. As we hit that 500, which is a big thing for us, as we weren't posting on YouTube for years. We just recently started.
And you're doing so good. People love you. Oh my God, I'm so proud of you. See, this is why I can't.
You cannot.
I cannot.
You cannot.
Yeah. But that's amazing, Mom. Like
it's
500 people's a lot of people, man.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, and that's a milestone. Like you're inspiring me. Like maybe.
Yeah, you can do it.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I just gotta clear out my phone storage and just draw and then talk over it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And we started out by just doing a massive upload of content. Like a lot of our content is just
shorts.
Because
that's what I was doing before. Maybe I'll do more of that.
We did that's how mass upload of like all of the content that we really like on our Instagram page. I had to just upload all of them at one time. That's how we got started. And then just each week she goes through and sees any content that we've done on our page that's pretty good and puts them up there. That's all we've done. There are a few longer form videos that some of our ambassadors have done or whatever that we'll put up there. But it's not like we produce any new content just for Instagram other than Corey's working on our Farm to Palace campaign. Shout out to Corey.
Corey's so amazing.
Isn't he great?
Yeah,
so he's working on a Farm to Palace one, but that would be like our first one just for YouTube. So we did all this just by repurposing content. So that's such awesome. A low lift. So you can definitely do it.
That's definitely how I got my first 100. I'm not sure there's still 100 people there. I haven't checked.
Yeah.
But that's how I got my first 100 followers on YouTube. But I really, here's the thing. It's one of the things I've always wanted to do is have like a YouTube channel, but it's one of those things that like, that little voice in your head that like will say, are you really doing this? Like you look so stupid. Like sometimes I have to like shut that. That's why I was telling Jess yesterday, and shout out to Jess. Hey Jess. I know you're watching. Love you. But like I was telling Jess the other day, I was like, the one thing I admire about you is that you just do things. Like for me, I have to do things before I start thinking.
And that's when you guys got to that conversation about the different.
Yeah, because for me, like, if I start thinking, I will psych myself out.
Yeah.
If I, like, and I even caught myself doing that when I was, like, making videos for Instagram, when I would just make videos, like, I didn't care. Like, I mean, I did care, obviously, but I would just do what I wanted to do and not, like, overthink it. And I think with YouTube, I'm constantly overthinking it. I have multiple friends who are also artists who have really successful.
So what is your fear?
My fear is just that like I'm a goofy goober. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm afraid. It's the fear of being perceived. I am like short form content has been so easy for me because I could put myself out there and hide still.
Yeah.
But like with YouTube, like that's where someone will really get to know me.
Yeah.
And I think like childhood trauma, here it comes, warning. But as someone who like who was bullied as a kid, or even like in my adult years in college, I think this is why I've dialed down a lot and like I isolate a lot. It's because I've just been judged my entire life, you know? And so now I don't like, obviously that judgment made me feel sad.
Yeah.
And that judgment is always going to happen, but I'm just learning and I'm in the process of not caring. And
got it.
I think YouTube has just been really scary because I know in the long run, I'll be so proud of myself and I'll reach my people and find my people. I know the people who judge me aren't my people, but it's just kind of like getting to have that courage of being like it's okay for me to exist as I am. I don't have to pretend, or you know what I mean? I don't know. It's so that's a journey.
What I'm thinking, Sydney.
Don't do it. Mom.
I am doing
don't
it.
do it.
Don't
do not make it.
Am.
Oh my gosh, you're making it. Are you okay?
Yes. Your first action item for this week is to watch the course I get from Michaela.
Okay.
And that may be because we want to have a theme for the entire month, and so it may not even be for this week. But your definite action item for this week is to create your first YouTube video.
Okay.
And it needs to be how long? At least 5 minutes? Is that how long you want it to be? How long?
I'm going to challenge myself, say at least 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes because, yes.
This is so great. And you vlog the process on how you figure out what you're going to talk about. Like, vlog it all your emotions. You're going to be so proud of yourself next week. This is going to be great.
Oh, my goodness.
We have our action item.
I love having a Virgo mom, y'all. Like an air sign mom could never. An air sign mom would be crying with me like, I know it's hard, you know, or maybe I'm the only air sign that'd be crying, but like that could be true too. But yeah, I'm grateful for you, Mom. Okay, we're gonna make it happen. Oh my gosh, yay, stay tuned, guys.
Stay tuned. All right, you guys, we'll see you on the grams.
Hello. Okay, so I decided to do a little bit of planning when it comes to the YouTube video, and I'm really excited about this because I feel like now I'm really being pushed to do it. And I actually came up with 5 different ideas of things that I can do. So actually, let me share my ideas before I get ahead of myself. So idea number 1 was how to draw and Procreate. And so I just wanted to have like basics, but I also wanted to go through what my drawing process would be like, from mood boarding, mind mapping, to navigating the program, to sketching, and like some little tips that I have to kind of optimize your canvas settings, etc., which I think would be really cool and fun to share. And I thought this would be really cool because there's a piece that I've been kind of procrastinating on. If some of you guys know me, you know I've been procrastinating on my Zodiac series, so I figured I could start my Gemini piece in this and kind of like go through the entire process with this kind of video. And then I also came up with how to create saturated illustrations, and how to find the perfect color palette, and how I like navigate color, the tools I use, and just some things I like to keep in mind when it comes to doing that. And I thought that would be really, really cool, and that could be like a second video where I'm still working on that Gemini piece. And then I had one of how I navigate detailing, and another one was printing digital illustration, the printing options, and how to go about it. So I would just talk about what options I use and which ones I feel like are the best, which I already have in mind. But I thought that would be cool. And then like while doing that video, I could actually get the Gemini piece printed and then show how it comes out, which would be really awesome, because and then maybe I could go to 2 different printing options and show like the difference or something like that. But I feel like that would be kind of nice. And then obviously creating hoodies with my art, I think that would be pretty cool, because I know that there's a lot of people who want to start like clothing brands, and since hoodies is something that I've kind of dived into. It'll be cool to sort of like share the things that I know. And yeah, I also had one where it's like creating my own tumblers, because I just came up with that right now, and that's something I've also done, so that could also be a video idea. And the reason why I wanted to like write down so many ideas is because I feel like it can be easy to just put out one video and then go through the same cycle of having anxiety and not really knowing what I want to do next. So I feel like having something laid out and having like over a month's worth of video ideas out on the table makes it a little bit easier to just like navigate. So I think the next thing I'm going to do is break this even down more, like break down my first video idea even more, since I'll be going through this with you. And so I'll show you what that looks like when I do it. Okay, so I created a rough plan. Oh, it's kind of detailed, but you know, it's a plan. And I feel like this is why I always end up getting overwhelmed and not actually creating a YouTube video, because I just have a lot of things that I want to expand on, and a lot of things that I want to say, and a lot of things I want to show people. But my plan is to have a little intro, you know, to let people know I've been drawing in Procreate for 6 years now, so I know a little bit of something, maybe show a little bit of my art. And I want to maybe expand on my intro, maybe share that I'm going to be also working along with them and on my own piece. But then I want to get into the different steps of the drawing process, which is planning. And I have like mood boarding, mind mapping, and defining your project. And then I also have like some disclaimers about Procreate, so some setting things that people should know about like their iPad. Depending on your iPad, determines your layers, the amount of layers you have, et cetera, how big your canvas can be, etc. And then beginning to work in Procreate, some resolution things you should consider, and some common sizes just to help, because I know that can be a little bit tricky. And then I get into the actual tabs and stuff, which is what becomes a lot, the different tabs and what they can do. I want to maybe minimize this a little bit, which I might do as I'm explaining, because I feel like this could be a little bit overwhelming. So I really want to just kind of briefly talk about each tab, but focus on the things that people will actually need, which will be like the brush tab, eraser tab, smudge tab, color tab, and the ones where you can move your subject matter. And then I go down and talk about some tips, which I thought would be cool in like a time-lapse video where people are watching me draw, so they can see me use these tips. And so yeah, I'm feeling really passionate about it, because I didn't realize that I knew so much about Procreate. But I'm also scared because I don't want to forget anything. But I'm sure if I forget, or if someone has a question, they can just like ask me. But I think this is pretty detailed and pretty good, but I'm going to sit on it and see if there's anything else I want to add instead of just like rushing into filming. So I think tomorrow will be my filming day. Yay! Hello, it's currently Friday, and I wanted to share how I've been feeling with doing this YouTube video thing, because man, the feelings have been really up and down, and I just gotta share them with you. That's why you guys are the crew. So this morning I finished filming. Well, first of all, hold on. Let's start at the beginning of this week. This whole week I've been procrastinating about doing this YouTube video. I'm so scared to put myself out there and to be myself and to share the information that I have, because I'm so afraid of being judged and being seen. And I literally procrastinated till today to actually record my sketching video and to record my intro video. I feel like last week I was doing really good at starting, but the more I had time to think about things, the more I felt scared. So I finally filmed, and I actually had a lot of fun just like talking to the camera. I was really surprised of like how much my personality does kind of show, which was really cool and enlightening to see. Like, I think it's a testament to the fact that I do overthink a lot of stuff, and I need to just get out of my head. But it's so hard. It's so hard to get out of your head. But anyway, all the aspects of my painting, of my video are done. The only thing I need to do, which is literally a lot, like our editor for this YouTube video and for our podcast would know, like editing it's a lot and I'm so scared, but that's the biggest thing I have to do now. It's just edit all the videos, make it to a cohesive video, and get this thing posted to YouTube. So I am nervous. I already started editing a little bit, and I say a lot. That's the one thing. And I'm a little scared, okay? I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared to put it out there. I'm a little scared to tell people that it exists, but I'm gonna try. And yeah, so if there's anything that you've been afraid to do, just do it. Just Nike it. I mean, the thing about it is there's this life I want to live, and every time I see somebody doing YouTube, I'm always so inspired. I'm like, that's the life I want to live. Like, I want to be a YouTuber. I want to put my life out there. I want to say what I have to say. I want to take up a little bit of space. But it's really, really scary because you really have to embody that person to manifest that life. Like, confidence doesn't just like happen out of the blue, you know? So this was a really good learning lesson, and I have to do it again and again and again and again, but I think it's gonna be worth it, and I'm finding that I'm having a lot of fun when it comes to filming and saying what I have to say, and I think it's gonna help me get more comfortable with taking up space. So yeah, that's my little check-in for you guys. I'll let you guys know when it's up, woo, or when I'm done editing. Whew, because man, finding music, inserting the things I want to insert for like visuals so the video doesn't get boring. Also, I think my video is going to be kind of long, and I'm like, is anybody going to watch all of it? I hope they do. Hopefully I can cut up enough so it's not too intimidating. All right, well, it was a good check-in. See you soon. Bye. Hello, it's Sid. I finished my YouTube video and I wanted to share some of my thoughts. I have not yet posted it, but it's done. The thumbnail's done, the video's done, the editing's done, the music underneath it's done. I added extra clips on top, that's done. All I have to do is rewatch it, make sure I love it, and post it, which is the scariest part. And I wanted to share some of my thoughts and my experience with you because I didn't really share them as much in the moment. I procrastinated a lot when it came to actually bringing this whole thing to life. I realized that I was really, really, really scared to bring this to life and to actually start a YouTube channel, even though it's something I've always dreamt of doing since I was a kid. And so I faced a lot of imposter syndrome. Like, is any of this information actually helpful? Is this even good? I look so silly. No one's gonna watch it. People are gonna think it's boring. It's too long. And it really held me back from actually getting things done for a little bit. Like, I was in a very paralyzed state of anxiety for a bit. But I think it was proof that me doing something like this was really meant to be, because I think we all need to be doing things that scare us and that feel like they're pushing us. Because for me, I always watch vlogs and I watch YouTube videos and I love them, I enjoy them, and I always think, wow, I want to be doing something like this. But I've always been so scared to put myself out there, so scared to be seen, so scared for my personality to be there, and for people to get to know me beyond a 30-second Instagram reel type of video. So this was a very difficult experience for me, and I am really proud that even though it took me a while, that I made it through and that I finished it, and that I came out with something that I'm actually proud of and something that I feel like I would watch or listen to. And it's only my first one, which is like, I feel like the first one's the hardest one, because now I have this reference of where I started and I can sort of keep pushing myself to make it better and better and better with each video moving forward. So yeah, I had to do a lot of breath work this weekend and just during this whole process to keep me going, to keep my anxiety in check. But let me show you what everything's looking like. So this is what my editing situation is looking like. I'm using LumaFusion, and I decided to do this all on my iPad because I felt like it made it very intuitive than doing something on a computer, because there's so many options on a computer with like everything else. I don't know if anyone relates, but this made it very easy. I could touch things with my fingers, and it was really intuitive. And my video is like 35 minutes long, which is a really good lengthy video. But in this video, I talk about planning, like my planning process. I give a little Procreate tour, and I also go into my sketching phase. And then something that I really liked that I did that I thought was really cute is in each little section, I did these little cards that like showcase the next section. That was really cool. And what was really fun was finding music to put underneath too. Overall, I feel like I had a really eye-opening experience of like how I want to edit, how to maybe make things engaging, because I ended up like not, it wasn't my plan, but I ended up adding different elements into my video as I went, and it kind of felt like I was doing a different kind of art piece in a way, which was really interesting and really fun, but also scary, and it was good. So yeah, also this is my thumbnail. I think it looks really cute and put together, and it has like the planning, the Procreate tour, and the sketching, and I feel like it was just really cute. Like I really like how this came out. I think like if I were looking for a video, I feel like I would click on this. Overall, I'm really honored and blessed to have a mom who pushes me to do these things, to get out my comfort zone. And I feel like I could do it again, and that I can improve, and that I know what to expect, and that maybe it's not as scary as I always made it out to be. The biggest thing now is exporting this baby, which I know is going to take forever, which is why I'm not doing it right now. I'm not exporting it right now. I need to export it tonight after I get my work done, because I have things to do. But once I export it, and hopefully it'll be posted by tomorrow, that'll be like huge for me. And I'm super proud and happy I did this, and I can't believe I'm gonna be sharing my first YouTube video with the world, which is crazy. So yeah, if there's anything that you've been scared to do, change doesn't happen by doing things that make you feel comfy, and I say go out there and do it, because the life that you dream of is right across the corner. And that's what I have to keep telling myself, is like, every time I watch a YouTube video, I think, wow, I want to do that. Like, I want my life to be something like that. Like, I want to take up space in that way. And for this to be my first step really is, it's kind of an emotional moment for me. So, especially because I've been dreaming about this since I was a kid. Okay, I'm done talking. All right, thank you for joining me on my vlog, and can't wait to touch base with Mom.
All right, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about.
I'm excited.
Oh my gosh! So
tell me all the things.
Everything was starting so good, right?
Okay, what happened?
So I'm a perfectionist, and I could tell that my anxiety when I actually had to do the thing, like really spiked. And because of that, like it was like a lot of procrastination. Let me do everything else but this because I'm so scared.
Yeah.
But that it's one of those things where every time I watch a YouTube video, I'm like, I want to do something like that,
Yeah.
And you know how they always say that like the biggest changes are like the uncomfortable ones. So I felt like this was something that was just really uncomfortable.
Because you've been talking about forever.
Forever. So I procrastinated a lot. But when I got her,
but you were like initially like the same day you wrote out all the stuff,
which came in clutch. Can I tell you? Yeah. Like, my whole Google doc, my sticky notes, like whenever I was feeling very like I was faltering, or I didn't know what to do, like I had that plan to like fall back on. And that so that initial excitement was like what really kept me pushing through the entire thing. But yeah, I noticed but what kind of started helping me is like I started treating it like it's its own art project. So like just like my paintings, as I like step back and look at it and then add more stuff, and then like step back and look at it and be like, I think I want to add this to make it better. I feel like that's kind of what I did with this one, where I was like, even though it wasn't my original plan to have certain shots of things, I would when I was editing, I'd be like, I think I want a shot of this to kind of add some like visuals to things and stuff like that. Okay. So Yeah, it was a really good learning experience. It'll be posted tomorrow, so it's not
That's
up
what I was
right
going to ask.
now.
It's not up yet.
It's not up
You
yet.
nerve.
Yes, I'm really
And you can tell
nervous.
your followers that it's up there.
Yeah, I have to because
Yeah.
but like, let me tell you, while I was doing it, I'm nervous because I'm afraid that
You're afraid they're going to like it. And you have to keep doing it.
no, that's not what okay, that's part of what I'm afraid of. Also, what I'm afraid of is that what if it's because the video ended up being 35 minutes.
That's perfect. That's good time. That's good.
It's long, but it's
not too long.
Yeah, because like I go through like the planning of a piece. I go through, and then I have to like show what my mood board looks like, and like I go through all that, and I also go through like a little Procreate tour just in case people don't know, and like some settings that I would have my things on just so they know. And then I actually get into like, you know, filming of me like actually like sketching and stuff. And so that's kind of why it's long, you know, because of those 3 sections. But so I'm afraid because it's long, but I'm also afraid because I'm like, did I like share the right information? Like, not like, you know, and was my video helpful enough, you know? Because I want people to feel like when they watch the video, they've got this and they feel inspired to actually take action and create something cool.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh my goodness. I'm so nervous for you.
And then, but what makes me excited though, because I did it, is that it only gets better from here, right?
Right, that's what Ali says.
Yeah.
Right?
So my goal is just to make each video like better than the last one.
There you go.
And if I do that, then I'm just gonna be like proud of myself. I'm already proud of myself.
Yeah, for doing it.
For doing it. Like I actually.
It took it out of you.
Yeah, I have butterflies in my stomach because I'm just like thinking about it.
When did you finish it?
I am literally, so I thought I finished it yesterday, but then I went back in and added, like I took extra because I was like, I realized I didn't share I have a clip where I'm like editing Sid here. I forgot to mention I'm using an Apple Pencil, and that Apple actually provides these. Like you don't really realize how much detail comes, like, you know, it's, you know, there's so much information, but it is also like I don't want to overload people,
right?
But so I technically finished it today, but
that's good though. It's exciting.
It's exciting, and at least now I know. Like I see why people are like editing takes a long time. At first, I was like, you know, it's different when you're just editing a reel. Like that takes like an hour. This, to look for your music, to cut your clips, to take more footage of it, to watch it and rewatch it, and you know, cut out all your like all of that, to plan it, like all the whole process takes a long time. And I see why people who do YouTube, like that's a full-time,
I think
gig.
Laura from the gardening industry, you know, I love her stuff so much, and she was saying that because someone asked about how long it takes for them to edit a video, and they said about 2 to 3 days.
I get it, because like I thought, like I started editing on Friday, and I was like, oh, I can totally like knock this out in a night, like no biggie. And no, like you can't. And then it's like you look into music and you're like, what's royalty free music that I can use? Because what if it does get monetized? I don't want it to not be able to be monetized one day. So like, look, there's like so many things you have to look into, and so much preparation to like actually film stuff. So it was really cool because like once I post this, I'm a YouTuber.
You're a YouTuber, and you already had your channel, right? So you've already been doing shorts here and there.
Yeah, so I already have like 100 subscribers.
Okay,
just because
they're gonna love this.
I'm nervous. I'm really hoping that my following from Instagram is gonna like it, because they're the ones who asked me for like more detail on my process and stuff like that. Also, I might just put this in my Google Drive so they can put it on the screen, but I designed my thumbnal, which was
that's what I was going to ask you. Is your page all cutie cute?
Well, this is, oh my god, it's so cute. This probably looks better than
show the camera. You gotta show the camera. Oh, it's so cute.
There's a drawing, and there's me, and then these are some of the, you know.
That looks great.
Yeah, like I just feel like
I put it in front of the camera. Like in the center. There we go. Yeah, I think so. That looks great.
Yeah. So I feel like at least the thumbnail, like I'd click on it. I think it looks really cute.
It looks cute.
Thank goodness I grew
This is exciting. Do you have a banner up already on your?
I do. Okay. So like I already kind of set up my page when I was doing my shorts. Okay. So that's already good.
Cool.
It's just about having longer
Long form
format videos. So I'm really, and my goal, I don't know, it takes a long time to edit, so I'm not sure. I will try to post.
Well, let's just see how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I can like figure out how to.
This is
how to
so
resume.
excited. Butterflies for you.
Butterflies
What time are you going to post?
I'm just gonna do like a 10 a.m.
It's a
Like I don't
10
know,
a.m.
like
And then we just watch
it's
it.
just, oh my gosh.
And so you're gonna post. Okay, you can post it at 10 a.m. and then you're gonna post your reel and your page around the same time.
Well,
Just let them know.
because I was just gonna do like a story post, like boop, there it is. But maybe you're right. Maybe I should do like
on your page.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's on my. I have to do that today before the sun goes down. Make a reel.
Yeah.
To show off that. But
this is great.
Yeah. Have you ever had a moment where you were like,
of course,
excited and scared to do something?
Almost every day. Yeah.
Seriously, with the butterflies, like the anxiety.
Always.
Yeah, it was a very. I had some tears, man, because like I don't know, I just feel like it was a moment that I've been like really.
You've been dreading putting it off.
I've been putting it off, but I've been wanting it, and it's like, yeah, I feel like. I've seen so many people be like, starting a YouTube channel is the best thing that's ever happened to them. And so it's like pushing yourself to just feel
exciting. This is why I love our channel. Yeah. So this is great. All right, cool. So we're going to do this. This is exciting. So tomorrow's going to be the big day. Then we'll be watching it. And that's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
And then the next thing we're going to do is we are going to watch the ads
from Michaela.
So my girlfriend Michaela gave us an ads course. So we're going to look and see the cost on that, make sure it's feasible and all that. And then you're going to walk through that.
Yeah, because like it's something I'm becoming. Ooh, I could go on a whole tangent about social media right now. I feel like ever since, and I did some research, apparently this is true. I feel like ever since I signed up for that Reels bonus thing, my views have just been so low. And it's been
that's scammy.
It's very scammy because like luckily it ends this week. So I'm like, I just need to push through to the end of this week.
Yeah.
But I've been having to optimize TikTok right now because like I have like no reach and my following has been going down still, which is like
so annoying.
It is, but I watched this video and it was like this artist who's in the industry. It wasn't about social media, but it's advice you can apply literally anywhere to your life, and it's like how you. It's success is all about what you do during these moments where like things are maybe slow or you're not getting the reach you want to get. Like it's like not giving up during those points, knowing that like your hard work and effort will pay off.
Absolutely.
You just have to keep going even when it's really difficult. Because like this one has been a shot at my pride. Because imagine going from having like 600 to a couple thousand likes per reel to being crossing your fingers for a couple hundred. You know what I mean?
And it's not fair because you deserved that break. I mean, you took the audacity. You took time off during the holidays. Yeah. I mean, if you're not going to take, and it was just a month, right?
Yeah, it was just a month.
So if you can't take a month off during the holidays, what can you do? I mean, it's ridiculous.
It's insane. And then what gets me to like, I have to. What's been making it a little bit better for me is that I just keep supporting my friends that are out there. I'm like, you know what I mean? Just making sure I'm making those connections and like being there for them. But it's really difficult just having that complete contrast of this, consistent views, people like looking forward to seeing my stuff to just not being seen at all. And I do think that's probably why my follower count's going down, because they're like, oh, maybe she's not posting. Maybe she doesn't exist right now, So it's been difficult.
That's hard. Now, are you still posting on a regular basis now?
Yeah. So I think last week I posted a few times. The week before I posted a few times.
Just keep it up.
I'm trying. And what I think also this type of instability is what's pushing me, which is making me happy I'm doing the YouTube thing and hope that I stay consistent with that, because that's more stable than like posting something and hoping that an algorithm is going to be in your favor or whatever, versus all of your videos on YouTube occur like view and ad revenue and all these different things that don't have to be really based on the algorithm,
right?
You know, and even if it is, it'll always fluctuate, and all your videos still have a chance of being seen, right?
Makes sense.
So that's just kind of where it seems like it's leading me to, and also it could just be a sign that I need to do this YouTube thing.
There you go.
You know what I mean? It could just sometimes I think the universe does push you in a certain direction when it's like, all right, you've already done this for a bit of time.
Right.
You know what you need to be doing. So let's push you to doing that thing that you always wanted to do and need to do.
For sure. And some lessons are just hard anyways. And so like a really hard lesson, we learned that, okay, so we can't take a month off, but what we can do is we can plan out content. So a hard lesson to learn.
Even reposting stuff, because that's like something that I've started doing now, like videos like from months ago. Like I've been reposting it to TikTok.
That's a good idea.
Sounds. Yeah. No one's going to remember.
Had we known, we would have said, let's just schedule that.
Yeah. I just didn't think it would.
That drastic.
Yeah. Mostly because I've definitely been through a period where I've taken a couple weeks off and I come back and
it was fine.
It was fine, if not better.
So you know it was those extra 2 weeks.
Maybe it was those extra 2 weeks. Maybe it was a combination of like I wasn't as active on my stories either too. So maybe it's a combination of just like not being present as much. But that instability is also really scary, you know?
Yeah.
It is.
That's hard.
And it's hard because like I hate being the person to be like, oh, I'm blaming the algorithm. The first person that I blame is myself. Like, what am I doing wrong?
Right.
Like, am I not keeping up, you know? So, but I don't know. Like, people liked my content before. But
it's not that they don't like it. They're not seeing it. That's the thing. And then you have to think about, okay, well, you have to be fair, right? Because these people, obviously, they can't just hold. You have to show them something else. So legit, they found other content that they like. So legit, you have to show them that content that they like, right? Yeah. So you have to prioritize that. So it's like you have to refine them. You know, we should ask Justice. It's maybe a good time to put a little, I hate doing it, but to put a little money in the algorithm and boost your posts.
Yeah, we'll see what he thinks about that.
Yeah.
I want to get like genuine people, not just like random people.
Right. I'm saying to get the people who liked your content, who still like your content, they're just not seeing it. Maybe that help get it in front of their faces.
Yeah, kind of like what you mentioned in part A of this episode. You mentioned that like when you had your old ad person that they would push things and it would be like literally to your same audience.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, if that still exists, like that's just me trying to reach my same audience again.
Exactly.
Like it's not
right. Yeah. Like you're not trying to get new people, you're trying to get the same people, like your people. So I'll talk to Justice about this and my social media team too to see what they think.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think just putting a little bit of money behind it may be a good thing just to reach your people. Then you can stop it just to get to it in front of your people.
Yeah, for sure.
But you know what? Let's wait and see what happens with this YouTube thing because because you know, as more people see something, the algorithm shows it to more people. So tomorrow maybe they actually post that you need anyways.
Maybe, and also just like I don't know. Maybe I'm putting my eggs into this basket, but it just seems like YouTube is maybe more worth my time because people will, because like I get it, like with reels it is hard to really connect to somebody's true personality unless they're very extreme and out there, you know what I mean, where they can in 30 seconds make you laugh, like, entertain you in that bit of time, right, that 1 minute that they have, but I feel like with YouTube, like people really do fall in love with like your true personality and your true self, and I think that's also something that I need instead of feeling I need to keep chasing.
That's so true. I mean? Let's see where tomorrow and this week takes us. It's so exciting. It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you something, you still getting even your downturn, you're getting more likes than I'm getting.
I feel we're getting about the same. Like I'll get a couple hundred, 100 or something.
Yeah, I guess.
Like 100. Like I think one of my most recent reels I posted on Friday, it was like 170.
170 likes.
Yeah,
I think you're still getting more than me. Like let me look at my page. Yeah, I'm not getting that many likes. 29, 91.
That's good.
83. 21, 30, 44, 175. That was a good one. 90, 135. So you're still getting more than I am.
Yeah, where I'm at is,
128.
let me see.
Yeah, see what yours are looking like.
So yeah, I have one. My last one got 175, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 177. This one, my other one last week got 265. This one got 133.
Yeah.
This one, 225.
That's not terrible.
This one, 313.
Yeah.
So it's just so what happens, it seems, is also it just gets pushed out to my followers later on.
Right.
Too. So like over days,
it gains more.
Yeah.
So just what I would do, we could probably hold off even on the paying. I think if you just remain consistent and let's see what this YouTube thing does.
And let's see what happens. I want to see what I really want to see, and we'll follow up and see what happens. But I want to see what happens when this bonus period is over and if things shoot up.
That is so true.
Like that's what I'm trying to see.
It could be a whole scam. Because
Yeah.
you're saying that other people have said.
Yes. When I was doing some research, because I was honestly doing research to see how I can turn this thing off. Like I want to go back to getting the reach that I get, you know? So, and they were like, oh yeah, like it does affect your views. It does affect. And
That's
it's like,
trash.
how scammy is that?
That's trash.
Don't offer people money just to. And then it's like
it's like having a sale when you raise your prices.
Yeah, that's so scammy.
Hey, it doesn't count.
It doesn't count. So there we go.
Okay.
But I'm so excited about the
so
YouTube
excited.
video.
Cool. You should have you should send it to Jess and have her link it. Well, I guess you can link it. We'll have her link it to this episode so people can now go and see it.
Okay. Sweet.
That'd be great.
Yay.
Yay. All right, guys. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for listening to Leaf Knows. If you're watching on YouTube, drop a comment below and let us know what your takeaway was. Or if you're listening, take a screenshot, post on social media with your takeaway. This will help us reach more small business owners just like yourself. If you would like to leave us a review, head over to your favorite podcast app and drop that 5-star rating. Your feedback helps others find our show. And until next time, we hope your business takes root and grows.